from Rockefeller's Plaza Studios in New York. This is the Avgi Maria Show. Please welcome your hostess, Avgi Maria.
Hello, and welcome. I'm very, very happy today for this new episode because our guest is a young lady from Thessaloniki, my hometown, an amazing young lady who is giving her best self to teach the Greek language to kids. Welcome, Anastasia Maria Karagkiozi. As I said, she's a Greek language teacher. She's holding a master degree in teaching Greek as a second foreign language. I'm so happy for having you here today with me.
Hello, Avgi. Hello, all over America from Cyprus. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure and honor talking with you. And I have to say that you do a wonderful job through your show. So thanks.
Your job is more important than mine. Teaching young and small kids who will bring us the future is more important. So the teaching of the Greek language is not only the identity of the people, but also a link between yesterday and today. You have chosen in your studies the specialization in the teaching of the Greek language. Why you did that? I can understand that you love kids, right? As a beginning.
Sure. Well, that's a good question for the start. Well, I always wanted to be a teacher of Greek language because not only I love children so much, but I also know that words have power to change things and minds. In combination with our rich language and culture and my love for my country, our country, Greece, I wanted to contribute in my way to make as known as possible that speaking and talking of Greek language and embodying our civilization will have an impact on the next generation. Furthermore, talking about my specialization in teaching Greek as a second foreign language, I have to confess that Greek diaspora all over the world is always in my heart, and I'm glad to teach our language and culture to children that was born abroad, either having Greek descent or come from different cultural backgrounds.
Beautiful. The children now, do they understand the importance of learning the Greek language? In what way? Because if I can take an example from myself, it wasn't always a very pleasant lesson. It was kind of boring sometimes. Now I can tell that things are totally different. The approach is totally different. But still, this grammar and all this phenomenon, it's, it's not always, let's say, easy.
Yeah, you have a point. I understand the way you mean it. And that's a truly challenging question. Through all these years of teaching Greek language, either as a mother tongue or as a second foreign language, I realized that children understand deeply how rich is our language, how it can reach different levels of someone's mind, and especially the fact that Greek is the basis of all modern languages.
Exactly.
I will tell you something from my own experience as a child. As a student, I was passionate about learning new languages, meeting new cultures, and traveling as much as I could. Through all these, I came soon to a conclusion. I then thought that Greek language, that I'm privileged to have it as my mother tongue, is the key to unlock all the other languages I was learning and that global now values such as democracy and fighting for freedom of mind and of a nation come from our ancient Greek culture. So I was feeling very proud and lucky, and these are the feelings that I'm trying to pass by to my students of all ages and all levels and backgrounds.
Truth is that people from other countries, they don't realize how many Greek words they speak in daily basis. And when you give, let's say, an example, they think, "Oh, I didn't know that," but it's a good thing to know
Yeah,
now.
yeah, probably, but as far as I can see, in a daily basis with children and adults who are not Greek or who have no Greek parents or something like that, I can see that they understand deeply that the Greek language is the basis, and many words that they use in their job come from Greek language. And when they find out that are Greek words, they find it truly amazing.
That's so encouraging because we are doing our worst to destroy this language,
True. Well
and
said.
the use of Greeklis by social media users has caused a significant damage to the language. I don't know, is there any way to fix this damage? And
Mm-hmm.
what is
Mm-hmm.
this way?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Very well said that a significant damage is already caused to Greek language. And this is something that really makes me feel anger. And at the end of the day, very sad. The spread of what we call Greeklis is not so under control. And if we don't try to restrict it in any way, I'm truly much worried about the long-term results. Of course, I constantly point out that Greeklis is not a language, so we cannot use such a way to express ourselves. The only way is to keep writing, even without sometimes the right dictation. Keep writing Greek words with Greek alphabet, and
Even
this is
even if you don't write it correctly, doesn't matter. Keep
yes.
doing this. Keep doing this.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
it's okay. It's okay. It's better than
It's better.
Greeklis anyway.
Hmm.
And this is the most simple but crucial advice that I give to my students. Believe me, all the time. I prefer to write not with the proper dictation Greek with Greek alphabet rather than Greek with Latin alphabet, and
Exactly.
that's we call uh,
Exactly.
Greeklis. Hmm.
Good for you that you are saying this
Thank you.
to your students. We need
I must.
we need to start doing things by ourselves in our circle of people that we know, and we cannot
You're
anymore
right.
waiting from someone else who has, let's say,
No,
the authority to start something like that.
no. Parents and educators, we have this opportunity to pass by this idea. So
Mhm.
why not?
Exactly, exactly. So, what texts do you think can inspire students and make them better understand the Greek language? I believe all these fighting texts and with war and all this, they have a lot of interest, right?
Right, you're right. I'm always trying to follow new trends in language learning, combining with pedagogy. I advise my students to search and find these texts that are similar to their interests and hobbies. Furthermore, I try to give them articles from online newspapers, school newspapers, and showing them projects of my old students on a subject related to them.
Mm-hmm.
Since now they seem to follow my enthusiasm, and I feel lucky to see that most of them are improving, and I'm really proud of them, of their try, most of their try, rather than the result. No matter the result, I'm very proud of their try.
As I'm always saying to my son, the ancient Greeks were the first superheroes. Don't forget this.
Indeed.
This is
Indeed. Well,
important, and after you combine mythology and stories to keep them having the interest, because you know better, the kids, they don't stay focused for a long time.
no, and mythology, as you said, is a tool, to say so, an educational tool to say that this is the Greek, the real Greek civilization. Through this, we can pass them all the Greek words and all this enthusiasm about Greek language and culture. We can use every interest of every child to pass by all this enthusiasm and love for our language and culture.
Exactly. It's amazing how you do this. I'm really happy for
Thank
your
you.
students.
I
Do you
appreciate it.
have a
Thank you.
measure of comparison, the teaching of the language between Greece and Cyprus?
I have. Well, to be honest, we should take under consideration that Cyprus is an island that in past was conquered by many nations of different languages and cultures. Except from Greeks, there were also Ottomans, Veneti, British, and Turks. So as a result, they all left in a way their mark on the language, architecture, and generally on the Cypriot culture. Now there are three official languages: Greek, Turkish, and English. There is also the Cypriot dialect, which
Exactly.
as you know, which we have to say that has its basis in the ancient Greek. But of course, we see words from Turkish, Italian, and English.
Yes, I understand that.
Most of the children speak the Cypriot dialect with their families and friends. In school, though, they have to write in Common Greek, which is something, as far as I can say, challenging, and for many of them, difficult enough. Many find difficulties in expressing themselves in Common Greek, as there is a lack of vocabulary and verbal expressions and
We
syntax,
can
etc.
understand that if there is the parents
Yeah.
that don't speak, it's a difficult. Totally understandable.
They don't practice enough the Common Greek, but I have to admit that it is something that I find really challenging, and I feel free to share with you that my students have been so far improved, and I'm so very proud of them. But I can understand that if you don't practice something in a daily basis with family, friends, of course, it is difficult for you to do it for only 6 or 7 hours at school.
Okay. As I mentioned before, they are lucky to having you because a teacher is not someone that is coming to a kid's life and doesn't affect it. It's a
Of
very
course,
serious
impact.
person that is around our kids, and when they have this knowledge and your enthusiasm to give, really to give something to kids, uh, I believe that you can change their perspective. And sometimes when we have a good teacher in our lives, we, not only we can become a better person, but we can change our lives as well. Because teaching
Of
is not
course.
just take the book and say what the government sent us to say and to follow.
No, and you know, Avi, I was privileged and blessed enough to have generally good teachers. Many of them changed the way of my thinking, and they make me, in their way, in their polite way, to see that knowledge is open. So we have to be open-minded and searching for this. And my my thought was to pass by this to students with love, not that not that it is something we have to do, but we love to do. We love to know many things. So study is a part of this kind of love process.
Exactly, exactly, 100%. I agree with you. If you could implement your own teaching program, what you would remove and what you will add to the curriculum?
I implement my own teaching program every single day.
Wow, that's
I
difficult.
must,
So you read as well with the kids.
oh, many more hours than them.
Then
I must share with you that first, I teach from the heart, and then buy the book, any book. I really love what I do, and I actually have passion for what I do. So I'm trying to pass the knowledge in a way that students will be happy to understand, to comprehend, and to make it part of them. I use, of course, technology tools. We're in the 21st century. They are all essential in the educational process,
and now with the
online and
virus is essential. You cannot
yes,
do nothing else without the technology.
that's right. Of course, other online and practical educational material, art, which I love. And of
Great.
course, I'm trying to make the lesson as interactive as I can, even in the classroom, out of the classroom, and through the web
That's
now in the
important.
coronavirus
If
time.
you include art as well, it's so good for the kids to learn about art from very young age.
Yes, and you know, many students also love art. They draw, they play theater,
Amazing. Good. Good.
and I try to use it in a good way to pass by the knowledge and to make them feel happy for that. That's most
Exactly.
important.
Exactly. We need to encourage the kids. You know
Of
this
course,
better than me. We need to encourage them. So, in when they will become adults, we need to have more mental healthy adults and happy because
that's so
this is
important.
the point of life for me. I don't.
I
This is
totally
what I'm
agree.
doing.
Totally agree. And if it was given me the chance to change, let's say, the curriculum, I think that I would put in a higher level the EQ, emotional intelligence of students, and I would try to find ways, different ways, to increase it through educational research. Yes.
That's the new approach of new teachers, and we need this new approach because we need happy people. We need
All
happy
the
kids.
community, yes. First in schools, and furthermore then in the communities. It's not only to be a good student or a
The
good
grades,
child.
hunting the
No,
grades. No
no, no,
way.
no, 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 no. It's not that. It's far more than that. Education is far more than that, and we know that.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for your students. But also,
Thank you. I
you are a
appreciate
new
it.
cast presenter. How did
Oh,
that came?
Oh, yes.
I'm seeing all these videos that you were recording. That's something
Thank
else,
you.
and some interviews. So you wanted to be a journalist, or you have the
Oh,
need to inform people about things that they are going on around, and nobody are saying this story, because in the end it's all about narratives and stories.
yes. Thank you for your feedback. Well, everything that has to do with speeds and knowledge and education, of course, I like it. Plus, the fact that I want to learn first the news. uh, Journalism is, to be honest, in the circle of my interests. High indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I like this alternative, and who knows where it could lead me.
Yes, that's true.
I'm happy, really happy and grateful to cooperate with one of most accurate as for the educational news online site. Happy also for the result and for the fact that I get a high score and feedback from my students for that.
It's when we love things, we need to do them and
True,
find the way to express ourselves. It's important to express ourselves. So I believe,
of course.
uh, as I can see in the videos, your smile that makes you happy, and if that makes you happy, continue, and you never know. Sky is the
I
limit.
will. I will. Promise.
You have been living in Cyprus for the last few years. Why you chose Cyprus, and how do you feel for living far away from Thessaloniki?
Oh, indeed, an emotional question, isn't it? um, Due to the world-known economical crisis in Greece, and leading from my desire to make, let's say, good use of my knowledge and talents, I choose to be abroad. Now, why Cyprus? It's simple because it is
It's it, it,
closer
it's
as of
closer.
language and
It's
culture to
Greece.
Greece.
This is
Yes,
a
it's
piece of
part of
our
Greece.
heart. Cyprus is a
Yeah,
piece of our heart. Mm-hmm.
of course, and piece of our nation, Greek
Mm-hmm.
nation.
Mm-hmm.
So it is closer to me as Anastasia, to my language, to my culture, to my religion.
It's important, of course.
And that, of course, for me it is. For me it is, and that's why I choose Cyprus. I had the chance and opportunity to go in other countries, but I choose Cyprus, and I hope for
It's
good.
not the same if you don't have at least a language connection, or some other things to feel comfortable, or to feel welcome, because
Of course,
it's difficult, even especially when you go away and you are not 19, and then you see it like an adventure experience. When you need to move to another country for business, at
it's
least if
different.
you were lucky to be in as I say, in another part of our heart, with Greek
Yes,
um, uh, with Greek ways, with Greek language, with Greek customs. It's
culture.
important.
Yes, customs. Of course, customs and all the feeling that you are not so far from you and from what you really are inside.
That's so,
Of
so
course,
lovely.
as you said, to feel welcome somewhere, it is very important for your mind, for your mental health, for your health generally. So that's why I
And the
chose
weather is amazing. The weather is amazing. I don't
the
know
sea, the weather.
how people, they, of course I understand the economical need to go everywhere these years. But if you have to choose between a place with nice weather and between a place with cold weather, I will choose the warm weather. So Cyprus is amazing for all this food, the culture, the weather. You're lucky. You are lucky. I can tell you are lucky.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
lucky.
you. I
Cyprus
really
is
feel
beautiful.
I really feel lucky. That's right.
What did you bring with you as an element of culture from Thessaloniki that you share with your students and your friends?
Hmm. I love these kind of questions, so I will joyfully reply. My Greek heart and mind, basics for a good start, with full of try and persistence on my goals. Worth to say that I mention with every chance our lovely town, Thessaloniki, to my
Exactly,
students, and
exactly.
they all want to visit it soon.
Exactly. That's nice. That's nice. And we have a lot of students in the universities from Cyprus in Thessaloniki.
I know. I know.
They are
Many
coming.
students of Macedonia generally go to the United States for further studies and for work.
And I was saying people from students from Cypriot origin, they go to Thessaloniki to study in
Many.
Thessaloniki. I've heard so many when I was walking, in
Yeah,
Kamara, Rotonda,
that's true.
Aristotelos.
That's true. There's a strong and large Cypriot community of students in Aristotle University of Thessaloniki. And we were always close enough.
That's correct. Tell us something about Cyprus that we don't know about.
You will come and see by yourselves. It is an island full of surprises for everyone that comes with love for this island and its
Mhm,
people.
mhm.
So, as the summer is closer than we think, welcome.
I've been in Cyprus many, many years ago, and except the food, because I'm a famous foodie. You can tell. Just looking at me,
As a Thessaloniki
she
woman, of
likes
course
she
you are.
likes good food. I always have the taste of seftalia. I will always have
Ah,
that taste in my mind, and
strong
also
taste.
it was an amazing. I don't recall the name. I saw in a window an amazing fuchsia dress from a
Ah,
Cyprus designer, and I have this in my mind. Talented people, talented in
very
clothing
much.
in general.
And
So I
creative.
really
Yeah.
have good memories, and I'm looking when this all this is over and we have the chance again to travel, because we will see things this summer won't be easy again, but
Indeed.
definitely after all those friends that I keep meeting on social platforms, you really make me wanna come, or
Let's
otherwise
hope.
we will meet in Thessaloniki in the summer. You don't know.
That's better.
You don't
That's
know,
better.
because as we say in Thessaloniki, σαν τη Χαλκιδική δεν έχει για
Δεν
καλοκαίρι.
έχει. Έτσι είναι. Πραγματικά δεν έχει.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh,
It was
I really
really
enjoyed
pleasure
it. I
chatting.
really enjoyed our conversation, Navyi. It was
Your
not just an
students,
interview.
your students are so lucky. We all
Thank
need
you.
young teachers with knowledge and Meraki
Yes,
to
and Philotimo, let's say,
Philotimo, to give their love and knowledge to the kids, because it's important. You create the new adults, the future adults,
true.
and your work is so respectful and so important. And we need to say that to our teachers that you are doing an amazing job, and keep doing this.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
you. Thank you
so
so
much,
much. Your
Anastasia.
questions were really meaningful, to the point, and they concluded, I have to say, a variety of subjects related to language, to teaching, and the perspective on them. I deeply thank you once again for having me.